Good morning, beautiful people. Harry feels entitled to say whatever he wants while using a royal title, while basically taking the newspapers to court and anybody who calls out Meghan Markle and calls it hate speech. He wants to censor other people's free speech while him being allowed to say whatever the hell he wants, whenever he wants, without any consequences. Everything is bonkers, isn't it? Hello, beautiful people. Have a great morning. When it rains, it truly pours. Yesterday, my neighbor's branch fell over the roof inside my, and it ended up in my bedroom. So part of my roof is trashed. Yay! So Marinez was kind enough to allow me to come to her home here today. But I kid you not. You see this thing here? This is a huge thing. You can't see it. This huge piece of wood was way over there yesterday. And now when I woke up, it's right here in front of the house this morning because the ocean is right out here. This is the house that's right out here. I'll show you so you can see it. See? This is the ocean right here. You just walk right out there. The tide is pretty high. It's usually way down there. But it's been raining like crazy. Yep. And look at all the driftwood over there. That's been overnight. I don't know if you can see that. A bunch of wood over there. There's Pedro working over there. But look at all the wood that the ocean has dragged in. Unbelievable. And it's all over the beach. I don't know if you can see this, but look at all this garbage. This is what the ocean spat out. Look at that. The tide was as high as the wall over there, and it actually went inside a little bit. But look at all the garbage. This is the ocean trying to clean itself. Please don't throw garbage. Please do not throw garbage at all. Let me walk here with you guys so you can see this beautiful thing here. Here. See? It's actually huge. I can't stand right now next to it because actually the water's a bit rough and there are rocks here. But it's really huge. I love it. We usually stand by and take pictures. But yeah, look at that. Look at all the garbage. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. Can you imagine the poor fish having to live in dolphins and stuff? Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. We usually go around the beach and clean it up with bags, not plastic bags, but with clothing bags to pick the garbage up. See, it's right here with my feet. See? But people are disgusting throwing things in the ocean. And just garbage, and look, plastic garbage in containers, and it's disgusting. Other than that, in spite of being a little bit foggy and misty and whatever you want to call it, it's actually beautiful here. So what is this case really about? It started in 2018, masterminded by Elton John, who is a queen, and Meghan Markle, a wannabe queen, and planted in the head of Harry, who's insisting he wrote that 55-page witness statement just right then and there. That's a falsehood, because when grilled about his own witness statement, he didn't know any about it, or he was surprised about it. So if you know something and you write it, you would know it, wouldn't you? You say, yeah, I wrote that because that article happened in this time and blah, blah, blah. And even though I know that it was published by other publications, but you had different details, no, nothing. He didn't know, or it was for his legal team to answer it. Well, his legal team is not the one bringing the claim, and they can't be put in the witness stand, can they? But what's really intriguing here is the fact that in 2018, Meghan Markle and Elton John hatched the idea. Elton bitter by the fact that the Mail on Sunday, or the Mail, Daily Mail, won the right to publish the story that he settled a sexual harassment lawsuit from one of his bodyguards, and Meghan Markle angered by the fact that, we caught up to her lies and the whole world was exposing them. So this whole trial is basically about Harry trying to censor the entire world, while him being able to use any public system, any public forum, to say whatever he wished, to endorse whatever crazy drug use he wants, to minors, to very teen minors, to anybody. So he wants to be in a world, the world's speaker. It reminds me of somebody who wanted to do that, Hitler. So how appropriate that he has his Nazi costume, because he is absolutely hell-bent in telling people that I know what you need to know. I am the one to tell you what you need to know. You're to print this, you're not to print that. So yeah, we have in Harry our own little Hitler. Except that Hitler was a bit smarter. Thankfully, because otherwise, if Harry was one-fifth smart as Hitler, would be in trouble. And thankfully, his handlers, and I don't mean his PR team, I mean Meghan Markle and Elton John, are just as stupid. So so Harry wants to get in a world stage with one of those head speakers, those magnaphones or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it. And shout to the world that he's entitled to say anything he wants, whenever he wants, with no consequences whatsoever. And you can't say anything. You can't call him out on it. You can't call out his drug use and endorsement of it to very minor teens when he has no expertise. And he clearly is not the poster child for drug use, because he's clearly paranoid. And paranoia is induced by constant use of drugs. It's not that the press made him paranoid. It's the drugs that made him paranoid. It's the drugs that made him paranoid. He was a crappy boyfriend, so he got dumped. Giving Chelsea, a sexually transmitted disease is not a good thing. Mono, you only get it one way, buddy. And you got it. So, yeah. So Harry is the one to tell us what we have the right to say or not to say. And the case is about not his hurt feelings, but it's about the fact that he didn't make any stories from those printed in the newspapers. Unlike now, which him and his wife are making money. Not as much, because not very many paps are showing up. I do believe that this was Harry's and Meghan's effort to hype up their brand, because now they are in the newspapers. So now people are actually, so people are actually now interested because it's a huge case. So I do believe that this is a way for them to remain relevant in the press, while at the same time not being there. And Meghan Markle is gone AWOL, clearly. Why wasn't she by his side? Why wasn't Meghan Markle by her husband's side? Didn't they write something like we're salt and pepper? We go everywhere together? What happened to his pepper? Because he's clearly the salt. So what happened to his spicy pepper? She's nowhere to be found. So it is actually quite incredible that Harry chose very wisely, and Elton John and Meghan Markle chose very wisely, because these are the same courts that sided with Amber Heard. These are the very same courts that sided with Amber Heard, that sided with Meghan Markle when she committed perjury. And now the courts, instead of doing the right legal thing, which is to say, everybody's talking that Harry only has to prove one thing and that, and that's it. No, the statute of limitation has way passed. Nobody's focusing on this. Nobody. One of the things that Harry said is that it wasn't until 2014 when he was confirmed that, James Hewitt wasn't his father. or that, he was told that James Hewitt wasn't his father. He found out about those harmful stories, or he grew up that he would be ousted or something. Actually, it wasn't true. It was told to him way, way before then. I think it was in 2002 about these things that were going on. And it was clarified. So that in itself, there were so many lies. But it's incredible that the UK courts, had it been Elton John or Hugh Grant or anybody else, because they know that they didn't have the pull, in spite of being A-listers, that if they brought that claim to court, the judge would have thrown it out immediately on the basis of statute of limitation. And the fact that there is no evidence. So Harry is going into court with no evidence, trying for the newspapers to prove a negative. And his detractors are calling it a win. It really is hard to prove a negative, because if it didn't happen, how can you prove that it happened? But yeah, the main takeaway from all of this is that Harry wants, and the reason why I bring this up is because I saw a panel just talking about how Harry had a right to speak, even though he's a royal, but he's leading a private life and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but in the courts, he insisted to be addressed as His Royal Highness Prince Harry, using the royal titles. So he's not speaking as a private individual. He's still on the royal website, and he doesn't want to give up the titles. So if he doesn't want to give up the titles, then he can't speak, because the titles come with conditions. So I am very surprised that at this stage, people are concentrated on the fact that Harry, the individual, has a right to speak. Nobody's denying that. But this is the same individual that's trying to censor us, all of us. Look what happened to Yankee Wally. In this channel, in this very same channel, you can't say very many things. Believe you me, it is a struggle. I have to manipulate the title so many times, I don't even know what to write anymore, because maybe because my channel is small, I get immediately a note from YouTube. You can't, copyright it, or you can't do this. This title is offensive. It's hate speech. And they're not even that bad, guys. I swear to you, I keep changing because I don't know what to do. So Prince Harry wants to tell the world, I am the only one who's entitled to say what I want. Harry wants to be the king of free speech. Yeah, that's what he wants. But not anybody's free speech, only his. He wants to be his own little Hitler. Remember Hitler? You don't contradict him. You don't criticize him, because God knows what would happen. If Harry had the power to harm people who criticize his nasty behavior, God help us all. Because you see, he said that in the press, they called him the thicko, the cheat, the underage drinker, and the drug addict or the drug taker. All of those were true. So what was so false about it? For the fact that he got exposed? He just exposed and revealed very deeply personal details about his brother and Princess Catherine. And for example, the lady that he lost his virginity to, it was disgusted how he talked about her. He mounted her. She wasn't a mule. She wasn't an animal to be mounted. And that was very vulgar, very denigrating. So please let me know what you think, because it is quite harmful what he's doing to free speech. It is. So thanks for coming to my channel. Please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on my Royal Roundup in 1 hour and a half.